Hey there guys, this is Sam
And Justin.
at the Survival Review, and today we are in a different location.
Yeah.
Because we just got through watching Yoga Hosers.
Yes. The new film by Kevin Smith.
What a film.
Now, we saw this movie because we are huge Kevin Smith fans.
Yes, absolutely.
We love the guy. We've even seen him in person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's awesome. And his last movie, Tusk, very mixed bag to some folks.
Yep.
We really enjoyed it.
Yeah, we both, it's a flawed movie.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
It has some very cringy parts.
Yeah.
Some bad performances. But overall, we think it's a very entertaining movie.
Yeah, it is. It's so entertaining.
It's really good. And I think his last couple movies, that Red State was really good as well. He is still making good movies.
Yes. And so we went into this one because this is part of that universe of Tusk.
Mm-hmm. The True North Trilogy, as it's been called.
And we figured since we reviewed Tusk, we might as well watch Yoga Hosers and do a review of that. Mm-hmm. I don't know why we came up with that idea.
It was a bad idea.
Yes. This movie sucks.
This movie is really, really bad.
It is.
We knew what we were getting into going into it.
Yeah.
But, God, man.
It was not even like so bad it's good. It was just... It was cringeworthy. It really was.
It really was. It was just... This movie... I don't know who it was geared towards.
Yeah.
Because it's like a movie that's geared towards teenage girls.
It's PG-13.
With ideas that, like, should be in, like, a more adult-oriented comedy that, like, Kevin Smith would make. It just...
Yeah. And then they say it's geared towards teenage girls, but the teenage girls in this movie, the two main characters, are idiots and they're the worst, like, cliched teenage girls you can find. So how is this going to appeal to teenage girls?
It wouldn't.
Where their phones get taken away and they faint. One of them faints and acts like it's the end of the world. They constantly talk about how they need their phones.
So bad.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know how could teenage girls like that or find that entertaining.
I don't think they would.
No. So I guess we should kind of talk about the plot of this movie if we can.
So the plot of the movie, which doesn't even fucking get started until 45 minutes in.
No, it doesn't.
Basically revolves around, these two girls who appeared in one scene in the movie Tusk.
Yeah,
or two scenes, rather. Whatever.
And they are convenience store clerks.
Yes. And so apparently there's something weird going on involving Bratzies.
Which are little Nazi bratwurst people, played by Kevin Smith.
Yes. And
it turns out there's this huge thing with these Canadian Nazis back in World War II, and there's this one evil Canadian Nazi who put himself in cryogenic sleep and woke up in the future and wants to use these Bratzies to take over the world. Was that I don't know what his plan was.
I don't know. Who cares?
And then so these two girls have to fight off Bratzies and an evil German bad guy with the help of Guy Lapointe,
our favorite character from Tusk,
played by Johnny Depp. Fuck. Johnny Depp sucked so much in Tusk.
Yes.
He was the worst part of that movie.
He was.
Whenever he was in the movie, it just stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not funny. It was annoying. So in this movie, he has a bigger role.
Yeah, because everybody reacted so well to him the first time.
Yeah, and he's not funny. And although we did get the one laugh in the movie from him. Though.
Yeah, the one laugh in the movie was the stupid little delayed reaction that he had to something that the German guy was saying, and that's it. That's the only thing that made us laugh.
Yeah, there's no jokes in this movie that were funny.
Nope.
There's nothing. Whereas Tusk was kind of a horror comedy. It was a horror movie with like comedic elements in it, and actually had some good atmosphere at some moments. I don't know what the tone is in this movie. I guess it's just a full-on comedy.
I guess, but it doesn't work.
But there's no atmosphere. There's nothing. There's no good tone or feel to this film at all.
Not at all.
And as we mentioned earlier, the movie takes like 45 minutes to actually get going.
It drags.
There's so much filler.
So much.
There's scenes with their yoga instructor friend, played by Justin Long.
None of those need to exist.
No. There's literally one of them talking right before going to work. It had no plot relevance whatsoever.
Yeah.
I don't know why he was even in there. There was no point of that character in there just because they do yoga, which they used to defeat the bad guy at the end.
And I guess they wanted to somehow include Justin Long in this movie.
Yeah, because they basically include the entire cast from Tusk, minus Michael Parks.
Yeah, which is... He's the best one.
I'm happy he wasn't in this because I would feel so bad for him.
I would too.
So you have Justin Long is in there. You have the actress who played his girlfriend is in there. Even Haley Joel Osment appears in there at one point. Just a quick little role. So they're in there, I guess. That's cool. And then there's a lot of cameos that come out of friggin' nowhere.
Like, really out of nowhere.
So we don't care about spoilers, pretty much. So, if you want to go into this movie... If you actually want to see this movie and go into it not knowing, like, the cameos and stuff, then sorry, but we're spoiling the cameos because we don't care. So Stan Lee has a cameo, and that's nice.
Stan Lee... The one that surprised both of us the most was Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy, yeah.
That was out of the blue.
And I kind of like that moment, though. Because he has that, like, Batman voice, you know? And he says, like, that's not a way a Canadian should act. And, like, it's something about it just was funny. I like that bit. So I guess there's two bits I liked.
Yeah.
I liked Johnny Depp's reaction at the end and Kevin Conroy's cameo. Because he was funny. And Jason Mewes appears at one point, which is fun. I mean, it's really interesting that there exists a movie where Jason Mewes interacts with Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Sadly, it's this one, but that's kind of cool that exists. Give it that. And then Ralph Garman, who is Kevin Smith's partner on his podcast, Hollywood Babylon, which I actually listen to a lot, and I like him a lot. He's really funny. He's the bad guy in this movie. And when I first saw that he was going to be the bad guy, I'm like, yes, this guy is funny, he's hilarious, he's the bad guy, that's going to be great. I even told him in the beginning, I'm like, that's awesome, I'm happy.
And I was like looking forward to seeing how he would do, because I didn't know this guy, but I was like, okay, he's kind of building it up, that's something to look forward to.
Oh my God. He has this shtick in the podcast where he does these, he's really good at doing voices of celebrities. And when he does them in the podcast, he does them for little bits, and it's really hilarious whenever he does them in the podcast. It's funny. And for some reason, they have him do those voices in this movie. He's the German bad guy. He goes, well, maybe my plan will sound better as Al Pacino. And he does his, if you're a Hollywood Babylon fan, famous Al Pacino impression. But it comes off as so forced and awkward, and I felt so embarrassed for him in this movie.
It's...
Like, I know he's doing it because he's friends with Kevin Smith. Like, I get it, but I was so embarrassed for him in this movie. That was embarrassing to have him just like, oh, what if I said this as Sylvester Stallone? He does a Stallone impression. And it's like, stop. That was, I felt so bad because I really built him up there.
It was a letdown.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
It is what it is.
He's good in the podcast.
I'm sure.
He's hilarious in the podcast. I love listening to the podcast, mostly because of him. Because most of the time, Kevin Smith is just high and he just reacts to stuff.
Yeah.
So I mostly listen to that podcast for him, but he was awful in this movie. He was a complete letdown.
9. So much 9, it's almost 10.
Oh, what about every time we see a new character? You want to mention that? What happens?
Well, the movie stops. Literally, it just stops and gives these little card things.
It's like a freeze frame of the character, and they come on. It's kind of like almost kind of like an Instagram post thing.
Yeah, it's supposed to give like a little bio, and it plays a little tune.
Yeah.
Where's the Pepto-Bismol?
It's just like
fucking obnoxious.
Yeah, it's like Colleen's dad, and this is it.
Guy Lapointe. # Walrus yes.
Get it?
Get it? References.
It's like this was Kevin Smith doing what he thinks teenage girls do, and completely falling on his face. Just tries so hard to like appeal to that young teenage demographic,
and that is not his demographic.
No.
Kevin Smith can write dialogue
yes.
really well.
Yes. Even some of the dialogue in Tusk, which I thought the dialogue wasn't very good in Tusk for the most part, but it had some good moments.
There were some good moments, yes.
Little hints of that good Kevin Smith dialogue. This has none of that.
None. There was not a single bit of good dialogue in this film. The
two main girls, the two clerks, they're both named Colleen, and they're these best friend characters who... The actors' chemistry together was alright. It was good.
Okay.
You can kind of tell those actors are friends. It's Harley Quinn Smith, Kevin Smith's daughter, and then it's Johnny Depp's daughter is the other one.
Yeah.
So this was kind of just a movie to get their daughters into the world, and I guess that's nice to do a movie for your kids. Just give them something good to be in. Don't make your movie about your kid joking about their period, which was awkward.
Yep.
That's a scene in the movie. And their acting, I thought, was fine, aside from the awful Canadian accents. This movie is awful to Canadians.
Yeah. Seriously, it's like embarrassingly like so many Canadian stereotypes.
Miss Wickland, this isn't the real world.
This is Canada.
Well, Tusk did it a little bit. They had, them saying a boots a little bit, and it was just kind of a little joke, like I get it, Canadian, they say that. But every character has a cheesy, over-the-top Canadian accent.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
I felt really bad for Canada because that stuff was really awful. But their performances are okay. You don't really get the feeling that they're great friends, except for that one random song earlier on in the movie where they're singing about how much they love each other, and you see random ass flashbacks of them goofing around.
It's so weird.
I don't know what the scene was just there, I guess, to tell us that they're friends. I don't know.
Really close friends that we've had nothing to show that. We get that they work together and they hang out a lot, but there was no really, really strong chemistry.
No, or not enough good writing to make us know that they're friends, except for the fact that they sang about it and had a random ass montage in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
It was I remember watching
right at the start.
Yeah, it's just a random song number of them just singing in their bedroom about how much they're friends. And I remember,
her dad listens and weeps.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
That dad was awful.
He was awful.
I get it, he was supposed to be over the top and silly, that's the joke, but he was just god awful. When he left on vacation, I was like, thank God.
Yes.
He was out of the movie. I remember when they were singing, just turning to you, being why is this happening? And it kept going. It kept going. That song went on.
It dragged.
I get it. They're part of a band, and they sing. And there's moments where, Johnny Depp and his daughter have scenes together. Scene where they talk to each other in French. And I guess it's supposed to be a cute scene between them two, and it just was, just stupid.
It was dumb.
I was I get it. They're father and daughter. Isn't that adorable? Cool. Move on.
Yeah.
Just get out of here, Guy Lapointe. I don't like you. What movie makes you hate Johnny Depp just because of his acting, not his character?
Mordecai.
Oh my God, Mordecai, yes. And Tusk and Yoga Hosers.
Yes.
Because I hate Johnny Depp in this movie. Not Johnny Depp. I don't hate Johnny Depp.
No, I actually really like Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp's awesome, but his character in this movie is so stupid and silly and trying too hard to be funny.
Yeah.
There's scenes in the movie where I feel like it's Johnny Depp improving. And just Kevin Smith letting the cameras roll because it's Johnny Depp, so just let him do what he wants because he's a great actor. And kind of like that scene in Tusk.
Yep.
And there's moments where I felt like Johnny Depp was stuttering, he was struggling to improv. Did you notice that?
Yeah, a little bit.
And it was really awkward, and what he was saying was not funny.
No.
You can tell he was trying, and there's a lot of lines in this movie are reactions to stuff where it could have been funny.
Yes.
The girls explaining to Johnny Depp that they fought Nazi bratwursts, and his reaction being "Are you high?" Basically, that could have been a funny reaction, him saying that. But he says it in that voice that tries to funny, just
"Are you guys tripping on the pot?"
And it's that's not funny.
It's so not funny.
It could have been a funny reaction, just "What, are you high?" That would have worked, but
his accent is painful to listen to.
It is just And also, speaking of acting, you got the two seniors. One of them acts weirdly over the top and just, I don't know what, he was stupid.
A senior party?
A senior party?
And then the other one is kind of the good looking one that Harley Quinn Smith likes. I don't know what he was trying to do with his performance.
It was
when he was trying to be a killer, trying to be kind of crazy and act psychotic, but it was you can tell he was doing a voice.
Yeah.
But I don't know what he was channeling and what he was trying to do, and it just was cringy every time he was talking.
Seriously. It was he was trying to be creepy, but it wasn't.
I don't know what that was. It was so cringe-worthy, and that random bit where he has that outburst at the guy was so...
He just screams in his face.
Supposed to be oh crap, this guy's psychotic.
Except it's just
it's
what
so,
are you doing?
It's so in your face and obvious that it made me, I laughed at that.
Yeah, no, I did too.
I know it's supposed to be a serious moment because they're acting all silly, and all of a sudden he yells at the dude, pins him against the wall, his best friend. And he's supposed to be oh shit, but I laughed because that was so awful and so non-subtle and just in your face, obvious, get it, he's crazy. And that was, I hated that guy's performance.
He was terrible. I was glad he got a bratwurst up the ass.
See? That's why this movie could have been good.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have said that in the movie that I like.
Same here.
Dude, that guy's got bratwurst up there. I think the one shot I did kind of like when the bratwurst was crawling up his chest.
Yeah, with the little squiggly.
Yeah, he's kind of like doing kind of up his chest.
That was kind of funny.
That was good. That was the potential that the storyline for this movie could have had.
They should have just stuck with that.
Yeah, that was funny. Or had that happen in the first 20 minutes. But I like that one bit. Yeah. So there's little itty bitty bits.
Maybe 3 parts of the movie that we liked.
Yeah. This is Kevin Smith doing whatever the fuck he wants, and it being what you expected Tusk to be.
Yes.
This is what I thought Tusk was going to be. Just a meaningless, just nonsensical, just stupid, just crappy movie. And surprisingly it wasn't. Tusk wasn't. This was that.
This was exactly that.
Yes.
And I just hope that Moose Jaws doesn't end up like this, but I'm starting to lose faith.
Yeah, Moose Jaws is the 3rd movie in this trilogy. Which all we know about it is that basically Jaws with the moose.
Yep. That's all we know.
And that sounds awesome. I want that. I actually want to see that.
But it is part of the True North trilogy.
Yeah. And we're assuming Guy Lapointe will appear in there.
Mm-hmm. But it is 100% confirmed that the Colleens of Yoga Hosers will return.
Yes, because that appears in the end credits, like an Avenger style thing where it's like Captain America will return. It says the Colleens will return in Moose Jaws. And that just went, no. Maybe it'll be just a small cameo, like Tusk level cameo.
I hope.
I'm praying.
I really, really hope that's it.
I do. Because, this True North trilogy is silly.
Yeah,
but
it's not meant to be taken seriously. But, not taking it seriously, this movie is not fun to watch.
No, it is not. Maybe if you're watching with somebody else and just making fun of it. But, no. And even, we were saying, the idea of this movie could have worked for, a dumb, stupid comedy. This movie, no matter what, would have been stupid and dumb. Yeah. But it could have been, if it was well written, it could have been funny. Like that scene with them in the convenience store fighting off all of the Bratzies could have been just a fun scene.
It could have.
But it doesn't work. There's a lot of terrible dialogue, awful CGI effects whenever they get splattered. It's that really bad CGI, splatter effects.
Really bad.
I can understand the stuff of making the Bratzies small and then walking around. I can understand that not looking good because this was a low budget movie.
Yeah.
So I don't mind that. I don't complain about that.
Not at all.
But I complain there's a big sequence that's supposed to be fun and you could tell he was trying to make it look really cool by having them destroying all these Bratzies with hockey sticks and stuff. But all you see is that really bad just splatter effect everywhere you turn.
And it's a neon green.
So it makes it look even faker. Yeah, that's unexcusable just because it looked so awful. And so this movie tries to have none of those big, cool effects like the walrus suit in Tusk, done by Robert Kurtzman, who's a great effects artist who did the Tusk costume, worked on From Dusk Till Dawn, Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness. And when I saw his name in the credits, I was I got excited because I was okay, that should be fun. That should be cool. I don't know what that is. I've seen the trailer for this movie, they never showed any of that, but I'd like to see what that is. That'd be cool. And when you see it at the end, it looks like the leftovers from the Tusk costume. It has that stitched together skin thing to it, and it just feels like the leftover effects from Tusk. I was like, oh, cool. Okay. Just God, this movie sucked. I'm a big Kevin Smith fan too, and
me too. I know he can do good things.
Yeah, I still look forward to every new movie he does. Mm-hmm. I was looking forward to Yoga Hosers until I saw the trailers. Yeah. And they released that really bad one, and then Kevin Smith said, "Oh, that was a really crappy trailer. I made this one that's better," and he released that, and the trailer was still bad. Yep. That's when I was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of not excited. I'm still gonna see it to support him, but yeah, this was freaking awful."
Sorry, Kevin, but
yeah, I'm sorry.
We can't. We can't be nice about this one.
I like your attitude, just kind of doing what you want and just having fun with it, because it worked with Tusk.
It really did.
But it did not work here. And I hope he takes the next few projects a bit more seriously, because I know after this he has a Moose Jaws, and then the Mallrats TV show, and Clerks 3, which he's been talking about for years. That was supposed to come out in 2014.
Yeah, but he's put that on the back burner to make movies like this.
That's just wrong.
Yeah.
That's sad that we didn't get Clerks 3 in 2014, and one of the reasons is because of Yoga Hosers.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
It is.
It's sad. So, out of 10.
Out of 10, I'm going to be nice and give it a 4 out of 10. I think that's a generous rating.
I'm going to go 3.5. I'm gonna go lower than you for once.
Wow.
First movie to make me go lower on the score than Sam in a long time on the review.
I'm usually more picky.
Yeah. I thought I was going to get a good laugh out of it because it looked bad, and I thought it'd just be a fun, stupid movie. But it wasn't bad. It was just like, the first half was painful to sit through. Then the movie got started and it got okay.
Yeah.
Like, once the Bratzies actually appeared, over 45 minutes in, then it kind of got okay and got like a bit more acceptable.
Yeah.
But that was about it.
Yep.
Then it kind of just ended, and I was like, okay.
It was fucking bad, dude.
It was. Oh, so that's Yoga Hosers.
That's Yoga Hosers.
I don't even recommend it. Like, if you're a Kevin Smith fan, I don't think you should.
This is the one I haven't seen Cop Out.
No, I haven't seen Cop Out or Jersey Girl.
I haven't seen either of those
two.
I'd probably watch either of those over this one. No.
Yeah, because those at least look like they're movies.
Yep.
This doesn't even feel like a movie. It just feels like a bunch of terribly written jokes and just scenes just kind of thrown together.
Yeah.
It did not flow like a movie. Like, the pacing was not there. It just didn't work as a movie. It was bad.
Not at all. So please, please, please let Moose Jaws be better and just start working on some other stuff, Kevin.
Yeah. Yeah, Tusk somehow was a success. At least to us. 'Cause I know there's a lot of people that don't like that movie. We're not speaking for everybody here when we say that Tusk was a success. To us, it was, personally.
Yeah. Oh, and I should mention, I also recently, just the other day, watched another Kevin Smith little short.
Oh, yeah.
His little segment in the movie Holidays. And it's another one that has his daughter in it, and it has the guy from Epic Mealtime, whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
And that was another one that was just...
Yeah, everything you've told me about that just sounds bad.
It was just fucking stupid. I just kind of wonder what he's doing with some of this stuff.
Yeah.
But
hopefully he gets off the ground with some good stuff later on, because they're working on the Mallrats TV show. Hopefully that should be good. It was supposed to be a movie, but hopefully that works out, and then hopefully he gets to doing Clerks 3.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully. Doesn't get sidetracked with other projects like he's been doing a lot lately.
Yeah. So that's about all we've got to say about Yoga Hosers and Kevin Smith in general.
Yeah.
And so until next time, we'll see you guys later.